Once you've got a run kicked off from the command line, which is running headless, no workbench to see the run, there's a couple of things you might want to do, and I'm going to tell you how to do it with the browser. You might want to monitor a run, select a different report to view, or you might want to stop the run. So that's what I'll be talking about today. The first thing you'll need to do is some setup work. It's under Windows, Window Preferences, and you go Test, Performance Test Report, Web Reports, and you'll want to enable remote access from a web browser, and you'll want to allow control of the schedule execution from the browser. And you can decide whether you want to use secure access or not, and you can pick a different port other than the default. Another set of preferences that you might want to set is the Performance Test Report Export Report. So if you're choosing to export reports automatically, you would go to Preferences, Test, Performance Test Reports, Export Reports, and choose Command Line. And you can do the simple CSV format or full CSV format. I use full CSV format. And then you get to pick which reports you want to export. And I will export a HTTP report, performance report, which is the default report. And I'll also export the verification point report. Those are useful reports to export. All right, so now I will show you how to monitor a run with the browser. You basically go to the URL localhost and you use the port that you've configured, and the URL is rpweb and web analytics, as you can see specified up there in the URL window. And that will take you to this page, and from this page you can pick the run that you want to view, and if you click on the run start time a few times, you'll get the most recent report first. And then you select OK, and before you know it, you'll be looking at the default report for that run. You can select different tabs on that report, or you can even choose different reports entirely by looking at the display report option there. It will give you a menu of your choices, and the menu looks like this. It basically shows you all the reports that you have. And you can then pick a custom report, or you can pick a page element report or page performance report. You can pick any report that's available in your workspace. While I'm here, let me just mention a few words about the page element performance report. I haven't really discussed that in other lectures. The page element report is useful when you're debugging. Sometimes a page is slow that didn't used to be slow, and a page has got many elements associated with it, images and things like that. And this page element report lets you look at the response times of each individual element. And so that's useful for troubleshooting if the page has gotten slow in a particular build. Maybe it's not the main page, maybe it's an embedded image or some part of the page that slowed things down. And the page element report will show that to you. Another thing you might want to do is control the execution of a test from the browser. Typically, the thing that you want to do is stop a test. It's in progress. And you get a menu that looks like this. And the most useful thing that I found is the Stop Test Run choice. And so when you pick that, you get another menu. And that menu looks like this. It tells you, it asks you how much you want to wait before you start killing the run. And there's also a couple of checkboxes, and these checkboxes will burn you because the first checkbox is collect test results in history, and if you don't collect test results in history, basically you've thrown your run away. And so you want to check that checkbox before you hit OK. And it doesn't remember what you, from one run to the next, it does not remember that you said collect test results last time. And so you have to remember to check this every time you try to stop a test run through the browser. And the same thing is true for finally blocks. Finally is a new feature in RPT 851 schedules that says at the end of a test, execute this And if you want to execute finally blocks, you should check this checkbox. In summary, there's 3 things that you can do through a browser when you're running headless via running RPT through the command line. You can monitor a run, and that's useful, and you can select a report to view, and you can stop the run.